You first person come here. Bring me my sage. Come on in the room. Get my lip, my brown lips. I need a water and that y'all sit down. Come in here. Y'all come in here. I need a water. I'm sorry, guys. Tashi, hello. Welcome into the room. Hmm. Y'all come in here. Come on. I'm sorry, guys. That ain't it. It's that line. We're waiting for another person to come in the room. Joya and Tashi. Okay. Thank you, Tashi. So we have our two $25 recipients for the Q&A tonight. It's got to be. And of course, it's Tashi and Joya. Okay. We ain't got no sage. Something should be over there. Did you know? Nothing is over there? Or in my room, because or on the altar. Okay, guys. So tonight it's all about QA, questions and answers. If you have anything you want to ask me, I am willing to answer. You have my undivided attention. And I felt like I needed to spend some up close and personal time with you guys. Yeah, question and answers, okay? So, hey, Tasha. So, we have 5 people in the room. I want to thank you all for coming. Oh, by the way, so the full moon, I think, is in a matter of 4 days. I will be giving more money away. I'm not quite sure how much, but just to let you guys know, and it won't be so late this time when I go live for full moon. Hey, Latasha. And I think Kathy's in the room as well. Thank you guys for coming in tonight. You guys want to ask me? Is there anything that you guys want to ask me? I just really wanted to show my face, give some of you some love through money. I will be doing more on the new moon. I'm sorry, on the full moon. And I'm going to be giving you some of my services here soon for some of you that are local. And oh, for some of you that are not, rituals are always good. Come on, I want to talk to you guys. What's going on? Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you guys. To start off, I'll just tell you guys that it's been a wonderful week for me. Been doing a lot of awesome things, research on the subconscious mind, understanding how powerful it is over the conscious mind. And so I'm not even worried about it. It's okay. Huh? I mean, you can look in there. And so the subconscious mind is the divine feminine energy. And the conscious mind is divine masculine. And just like you guys, feminine records a lot of what we know as to be our past lives and our present. One second, guys. Yeah, yep. I've been missing you guys, but guess what? I'm going to be doing a lot of lives from my office now, and you guys have, I have the opportunity to, I'll be sharing with you sometimes when I'm doing healing sessions, and we may not show the face, but you'll have an opportunity to see me doing whatever it is that I do. One second, guys. Okay, I just got to put something. I'm sorry. On my lips. I ate my lipstick off. So yes, everything has been going well, guys, with the business. Um, I've been doing a lot of working there. The grand opening should be in 2 weeks. Hey sis, I see Tara has came into the room. What we're doing today, guys, is QA, questions and answers. If you have anything you want to ask me from religion, spirituality, ancestors, meditation, chakras, shamanic cleansing, healing, Reiki healing, anything you want to ask me, please do. Okay? Yes, I'm going to be doing a little bit more now that I got everything structured at the office. I'll be able to do a little bit more with you guys. You guys have been on my heart and on my mind. And yes, I miss you guys. Greetings, Faith. Greetings, Tara, Kathy. We got quite a few of you guys in the room. So, just wanted to let you guys know, I know the full moon is coming up, and a lot of us have our petition. If you've never done a full moon ritual before, or if you've never been a part of one, who is this right here? Let me know if you've never been a part of a full moon ritual. Courtney, is there anything we want to, because nobody have any questions or answers, is there a subject you want to talk about, or?
I like what we talked about today with the subconscious.
Yeah, that was good.
I like that.
Oh, guys, I was going to tell you something too. I've been doing a little bit of studying and meditating, and just to let you guys know that I've been seeing a lot of spiritual practitioners. You want to get on there?
Yeah, I'm getting on here because I think with this one.
Yes, that was,
Okay. Give me a second, guys. How y'all doing?
Okay.
I have not.
Awesome, ladies.
Okay.
So we'll be doing a big shebang here for the ancestors on the full moon. And I want to really start sharing with you guys a little bit more about your subconscious and how to control your thoughts, that process, because a lot of times, you'll do the full moon rituals, you'll do the new moon rituals, but you'll always find yourself in a slope or a downward battle. Okay, I want to help you with the downward battles. Meaning, we're human, we're spiritual, having a human experience, okay? And sometimes it can get really, really rough, meaning that although we say we're spiritual, we know we're spiritual, but life happens. And sometimes our thoughts can get the best of us and our emotions. Because what happens if we don't correct our thoughts and get control of our thoughts, then our emotions are out of whack. And I want to deal with you guys more so on that, how to manage your thoughts. And it happens all in meditation. Now, I know some of you meditate every day. Some of you may meditate once a week. Some of you may meditate once a month. I'm not here to badger or judge anybody. What I want you to do is learn to spend a little bit more time with yourself. Okay? This is going to help you stay in control of your thoughts and your emotions and overall change your DNA structure. Okay? Because your subconscious has recorded a lot of things from childhood, traumas that are still there. And all it takes is something traumatic now to come up, and then you relate it back to that childhood experience. But if we learn how to meditate and how to control our thoughts, our emotions wouldn't get out of tap. Now I don't know what in the world just happened. Okay, guys,
Going.
they got me frozen.
But
So
Tasha said, Brandon said, hey, Courtney, you got some.
tell Brandon we said hello, 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 hello. Guys, I don't know what's going on with this darn. This is probably the ugliest face I've seen on this.
You want me to well, I'm gonna cut it off, but like swipe and see if that'll help.
Hold on, guys. Okay. Okay.
Listen, this is what I can.
Joya, no, there's no specific topic that we were gonna be talking about. It's just whatever you guys wanted to talk to me about. But I want to tell y'all something about this internet. Back to what I was saying about the spiritual practitioners and those light workers that I had been engaging in conversation with. The internet, YouTube, Patreon, what else?
Facebook too.
Facebook,
Cash App.
Cash App. Y'all pay attention to all this stuff. These big organizations, companies, internet things, everything is going haywire right now. So today it's like money is held up. Whoever got the first two people in the room tonight, I can't pay you until tomorrow. Got the first two people in the room tonight, I can't pay you until tomorrow because Cash App is cutting up. So just bear with me on that. Also, I wanted to share something with you guys about an experience I had, Courtney and I had just the other day with a bank. And that's another thing. It's time for us to pull our money out. And if you do keep money in the bank, I know I'm stretching from subconscious to bank. Okay, so we're just freestyling it. If you do have money in the bank, I was going to tell you, be very careful because I do understand, and I have a friend that works at a bank, that they're closing and freezing accounts. So I went to open up a business account with this certain bank, and the next thing you know, they told me that the account was closed. Of course, I have money in that account, and she said in so many days they'll send that money back to me. But I just got this feeling. I have my money in a safe. I just got this feeling that we're going to need to be very wise moving forward because it's a lot of things on the horizon about to happen. It's a lot of things. Some things are really, really going down. And I don't want to share all these things with you guys until I know the ancestors have given it to me. But I've been hearing a lot from other spiritual practitioners about natural disasters. Now, of course, just the other night, I dreamt that there were like 15 tornadoes on one side of the world. I mean, not world, but the city. And then on another side, it was probably like 7 other tornadoes. So it's just like mass destruction. And that was not a good feeling. So I've been actually speaking to the ancestors and the spiritual hosts, just asking them to really show me some things. And it really takes us to be disciplined, guys, as far as communicating with the spirit realm. You know that they're already spraying the skies with chemtrails to block our connection with Mother Earth and it's in our foods. So we're going to have to be very, and chemicals in the air. We already said that. So we're going to have to be very mindful about what we eat and our relationship with the ancestors. Sometimes you have to kind of lay off meats if you want certain things done. You have to kind of be on a strict diet to be able to download this information that they're trying to give you, because we already know this. Anything dead inside your body is probably gonna mess with your connection with the spirit realm. Okay, so what I'm saying, let's start trying to sustain from certain things. Let's start trying to say to, I'm not just talking to you guys well. Let's just start saying to ourselves, listen, my spiritual walk or spirituality to me is more important than a piece of chicken or a cupcake. We're needing to hear something like right now, because our money, I'm just going to tell you, if you got money in the bank, you might want to pull some of it out. Leave a bare minimal amount in the banks. Start putting your money in a safe. Start cleansing your money, removing any negative energy. Already know that money is in circulation. No telling whose hands has been on it and how they gave that money or how they put that money into circulation, probably grudgingly. So when you get the money, you want to be appreciative for the sacrifice from the tree. You want to bless Mother Earth because all things come from her. Thank her for the sacrifice. Thank the tree for the wisdom. Speak to the money before you send it out. Let the money know that you definitely know that you're a part of that energy, and you're placing your energy in the money to go out and not just touch, your hands, but so many other people that once that money hits their hand, it will solve a lot of problems. Okay. And then you'll realize that you wouldn't have to want money. Money will just chase you. You'll become that money magnet. But let's back it up and I think Faith said something. Is there any comments?
Earlier, Tashi had asked about, is yoga, I think she was saying, is yoga the same as meditation? And then Faith said remain fluoride free as well.
Yes, we've been fluoride free for a very long time, but let me tell you, your food has fluoride and so does your water.
Yes.
So just be careful, like she's saying, in your toothpaste. You don't want to do a fluoride overload because it hardens your pineal gland. And yeah, like she said, mess with your heart. Thank you, Faith, for that reminder. Because sometimes when you like convert, like when you're really born again, people think when we're in Christianity, it's like being born again, but that's really not. To me, it was like dying. And then you come into this awakening, you'll see that when you wake back up, that's like a new birth. Was there any?
Like that, no.
Are you sure? Because I know
there's just a bunch of haze and then those two questions.
Okay.
Well, that one wasn't a question. She was just saying.
Yes.
About the yoga.
Yeah. Oh, about the yoga. Okay. No, yoga and meditation are not the same thing. Yoga is a form of meditation. Let me say that, but it involves a lot of movement because it's opening up your center points. Okay. But if anybody asks me, I always say start out in silence. Some people start, I'm not saying it's wrong. Some people start doing yoga. They just feel like they can do that better. I don't know, just to be moving. Some people are not at peace. Oh, those are little ants. Mm-hmm. Some people don't want to sit in silence. They're not in that place yet of peace. And I get it, because there was a time it would have been really hard for me to sit in silence. But just understand that you are worth that time. I mean, you can't do anything unless you go within. You'll spend your whole life searching on the outside for what you already have in here. And when I tell you this, I mean it from the depths of my soul. If you want to know who you are, go within. If you want to know your purpose, go within. If you want to know If this person is right for you, go within.
That's a
You know, it's just no way to, I mean, you could ask somebody, you could ask somebody else their opinion, but when they give you the wrong opinion, then you hold, you hold that grudge, or you'll be like, oh wow, had I listened or did this for myself, I wouldn't have been in this situation. So it's always best to hold yourself to the highest esteem when it comes to anything that involves you. That's just the way it is. What's our I have a comment.
Oh, Faith was saying that try to stay away from. Be careful what plates you use because they have aluminum in it.
Okay, very good. She's bringing up some really good points. Be careful of the plates that you're eating in, as some of them have aluminum. Okay, you guys, please take heed, because the ancestors do speak, and they are speaking. All we need to do is avail ourselves, make ourselves available. But I really want you, I'm gonna tell you something. The information that I got the other night, if I was not a person that spent a lot of time with the ancestors, I would have been in total panic and chaos, because it would first off, it would have scared the hell out of me. And the second thing, it would have definitely created a panic mode from what I was hearing them say. But one of the things that I think is most important and for us to keep in mind is that we have to connect with Mother Earth. If you have not started hugging trees or grounding, please start. Please start. And if you don't understand the whole thing about nature, please go in my inbox and I can break it down. We can have a one-on-one conversation, maybe consult 10 minutes. I just want you guys to understand the connection with Mother Earth. Even if there is to be something really big happen in the USA, they were talking about the presidential alert that went off on everybody's cell phone. And they were saying that that pinged everybody.
And took information.
And took your information, your address, and all this something, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you this right here: if you're connected with Mother Earth, first of all, you're not gonna be fearful, because you already know she's gonna provide and take care of her very own. That's why I'm telling you, do not let anyone lead you astray, because a lot of people have a lot of information. I never like to misinform anybody, because just as I have a relationship with my ancestors, so do you, and you matter.
Yes, you do.
Look, this is my universe, and that's your universe is your universe. So what's going on over here, I can't dictate over there. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. I just heard this, guys. Be careful who you let in your circle, because everybody is not right. And when one person, if they ever show you who they are, please believe them. Don't give them a second chance to show you. Some of us are just, we are being too, generous with our energy.
I got a question.
Okay.
How do I get into a place where I can hear my ancestors clearly in meditation? Sometimes I feel like I don't hear them. I guess I'm waiting to hear like a yes or a no in conversation.
Okay. And so just that alone, when you're going in expecting to hear them a certain way, is going to kind of throw you off. Remember, you are your ancestors. Okay? Incarnated, you were there before. Where they are, you were there before. But you have now come back into this 3D dimension. So now that energy from the other dimension, yes, it's speaking. And a lot of times you may feel like, well, to me, in the past, I would reference that voice as God. But really, it was my higher self. Now, when the ancestors speak to me, normally I would think it's more or less rituals. They do speak in meditation, because I've heard things like pine oil. I mean, you could just hear and I know I'm not thinking about pine oil, but it opens the pineal gland. Pine oil. Go research this. Ancient techniques Okay? So really at the end of the day, it's still you. It's still you at the end of the day that's speaking. That's your God self.
God and you.
Huh?
I said God and you.
Guiding you.
Go back.
Go
Going
ahead.
back to the subconscious.
Hmm.
Going back to the subconscious, like how we were watching a video today and it was saying that with your subconscious mind, if you don't constantly like build it up, it's just start. It has a mind of its own, so it starts your whole day. Your conscious mind is the one that's far away. And see, I was thinking it was kind of like a little bit of the opposite, but I knew about subconscious, but not on that level. And so it was just interesting to know about that.
Yeah, so like she was saying, I want to elaborate on that. Your subconscious, if you don't give it anything, feed it anything, or reprogram it, guess what happens? It programs by default. And I think we talked about this before. So if you don't get up in the morning and affirm your day, speak to yourself, use positive words such as yes, um, motivation, um, what, success,
When
win. If you don't use those type of words in your day, guess what happened? The moment you step your foot outside the door, or sometimes before you could get out your house, you're already bombarded, and your subconscious is going to give you what it recorded the day before. I know sometimes I wake up, yesterday's things will confront me when I wake up, but when it does, I said, you know what? I am life. I am love. I am peaceful. I am happy. I am resources. I am money. I am wealth. I am health. I just go ahead and give it to myself. And remember, whatever you do, if you do it for 60 days straight, it becomes a habit. Okay? 60 days. It takes 60 days to create a habit and 1 day to break one.
Faye said she was sitting in meditation and she heard this thing crazy. And she heard rabbit tobacco, and her question was, "What does rabbit tobacco has to do with the spirit?"
That's the ancestors.
That's a native,
Okay?
ain't it? Because
Yeah.
the native culture they use a lot of rabbit feet and things like that. So I'm thinking
Yes.
that would derive from that.
Yes, and a lot of times in rituals, you may channel one of the ancestors that may want to smoke a cigarette. And I'm not a smoker, but I know that a lot of them love it. So whenever I want to bless anything, you'll pull out a cigar or a cigarette or, the alcohol, pour libations. That's what they want. They're telling you what they want. And if you can assess it, do get it. Because if whatever you do for them, know that they're going to do something for you. So they need us like we need them. And that's the beauty of the relationship. And we were talking about this in our class on last Sunday, the Meta Magic class. We were talking about the relationship with the ancestors. Once you start acknowledging your ancestors, they're going to come to you like never before. They may want a Coca-Cola. They may want some chips, whatever it is. Or you may be tasting, you don't eat no meat, but you may have a taste for some barbecue darn chicken. Well, you don't eat meat then, but your ancestors want it. So guess what you do? You'll go get a piece of chicken and you'll barbecue it. Give them what they want. If you can, give them what they want. And you will not be disappointed. Was somebody else said something?
Kathy said, "Is it like you getting to know you?"
Absolutely. I had a person that came in my inbox and told me that after acknowledging the ancestors for not 7 days but 5, they were just every day they did an altar and they began to acknowledge the ancestors every day. Guess what? They had an awakening of who they were. And this person said, "Oh my God, what am I doing here? What am I doing at this job? I don't belong here. What in the world was I thinking?" This is what, the ancestors just began to tell them what they need to do, how they need to go about doing it. When I tell you this person, oh my God, I was like, wow. They said by them acknowledging the ancestors, they found out who they were. And I tell people, even now in my growth, I tell people all the time, I would not be here if I didn't love myself and love my ancestors. Forget everything else. Y'all, sometimes you just got to cut people off and be in total isolation. And some of us, we find that hard to do. We feel like we're missing so much. But I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes you just got to cut people off. And all you need to deal with is those that you live with, along with your wonderful, beautiful ancestors and the spiritual host. I'm telling you guys, time to really, really go in. And you don't hear me saying this, but there's an urgency to start meditating right now. There's an urgency to build a relationship with the ancestors. There is an urgency. And I don't like to create panic, because I don't think that none of us should be fearful, especially when we have an understanding of who we are and why we're here. Because we shouldn't be afraid to transition. None of us should be afraid to die. And I don't like that word. I don't like die. None of us. Yeah, it's ugly. I don't like that word. None of us should be afraid to transition, because this place is unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? If anything, because although we've been here before, but this body and this avatar, I've only been here 49 years. So I'm spiritual over everything.
Tashi said, can you communicate with them, to them without an altar? Communicate with the ancestors without altar? Yeah, you can, but I'm gonna tell you something. Where they want to come in and they want to make their home in your home. You know what I mean? And you want to give them a space, a sacred space for them. It's just like if I came over to your house and I wanted to stay over with you. I know you love me and you love me, but I want to spend more time with you. I would hope that you would lay a pallet out somewhere in one of the rooms, or give me a bed somewhere to let me lay down. You know what I mean? If we're really like that. Because the relationship goes a little bit further than you'll ever know. They know that they're to protect you and to give you information to help you win in this life. So though their journey was over, some terminated, they still want to have you. So you want to give them that sacred space, and it's not really hard. It's not a hard thing to do. If it's just a picture and a candle, just be mindful. Just make it so sweet. It's really your intentions. It's really the love in your heart for your ancestors. And just to go over there every morning before you leave. I know our lives are filled with hustle and bustle, but sometimes just go to the ancestor altar in the morning, not sometimes, every day. Say, oh, wonderful, sweet ancestors, I am you and you are me. I love you and I thank you so much for your support. And then you thank the archangels for guiding you in this physical realm, and you thank the source for running through you, that energy, that creative energy. Thank the energy for keeping you alive, the elements of life, earth, air, fire, and water. Spirit guides for bringing you back from that dimension you crossed over the night before. So you really got to make it, with everything you got to make this as intimate as possible. Because you're going to find out your life is not going to be the same. Things are going to happen really quick. Things are going to happen really quick for you. Just be willing to change. When you make the relationship intimate, just be willing to change. We got some people asking questions. So Tamika said, how often should she burn ancestors' money?
Okay, let's go back up. Okay, so Tamika, yeah, as often as you like. Sometimes if you don't have like the flowers or dinner or anything to drink for them, always pull out money, because they would actually love that, because a lot of them left here, as I said, too soon. And some of them left right on time, but they still will have loved ones that they want to take care of. And so they had debts, they had things, that they left undone. So when you burn your ancestors' money, they're going to love that because it goes into the ether. Ethers is the spirit realm. So when you burn it, you just say, this is for everything you left undone. I just want to let you know that I'm taking care of it. And you burn that money, and when that money goes into the atmosphere, into the spiritual realm, guess what happens? They are excited to assist you and push whatever your petition through. Kathy, yes, we were taught it was Jesus. A very long time we were taught that. And I'm going to tell y'all, it broke my heart to pieces to know that at the end of the day, it was us. It was our ancestors. It was me getting up, going to work, and me uh, in cooperation with the ancestors making these things happen. And I'm sorry, and the spiritual host, I don't like to show favoritism because earth, air, fire, and water. If it was not for the earth, air, fire, and water, guess what? We wouldn't be alive. The archangels are real. They are real. Sometimes I just call them Metatron and say, look, Metatron, you see it was this way and now it's that way. I need you to turn this thing all the way around. And some of us are calling upon Michael, the guardian angel. And I heard that some of my clients say they call Michael and Michael leave feathers out for them. This is really amazing, guys. It's a lot of beautiful things happening.
Tasha said, I was meditating in my backyard in Indian style, and I swear I could hear every creature and animal. It was nature. Nature is so peaceful.
Yes. And you know what? See, meditation brings awareness. So just think on any other day when not stuff no attention. You don't pay the crickets no attention. You don't pay the ants no attention. You don't pay any of the birds chirping. No, you don't have time because you're trying to rush and get in your car and go to the store, or you don't pay any of that any attention. But when you start meditating, everything goes into a HD mode. The sky, you notice the sky. Oh, mama's in distress. Oh no, it's not looking right. This can't be real. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, the birds. Oh, look at that yellow butterfly. Oh my God, there's Oshun. These are all the things that you'll see. And you'll notice, you'll see numbers. The universe speaks in numbers.
Okay, if I have a pic of my nana, but my brother and I are in the picture as well. Or do it just need to be her alone, a candle in a box of two roll because she dipped snuff and chewed tobacco. Yeah, the picture, your Nana picture would have to be of herself because you don't want to pull you and your brother into that energy of being on the other side. Because you're not ready to go yet, so you don't want to put that on there. You're just honoring your Nana, so it has to be her by herself.
Yes, please do not put the living with the dead. That's a really beautiful question. I'm really happy you asked that. Also reference my video about how to build an altar, and it's still up in the in Patreon. But you don't want to put the living with the dead, okay? Even if it's their obituary, that's fine.
Faye said she has been seeing orange butterflies.
Yes, we have a yellow one greet us every day, every day. And if we saw one today, I wasn't paying attention, but I think maybe
I saw
today.
it.
Oh, okay, so there you go.
I
Yes.
Saint Michael and Ariel.
Ariel, yes, yes, beautiful. That's another thing, guys. Begin to start studying about the archangels. I know if any of you ever heard of the book of Enoch, that was part of my awakening, and I want you to reference this one, Kathy. When I began to come out of Christianity, one of the books, besides the book of Yasher and Maccabees,
The fallen angels.
yeah, it was Enoch, and that book was very powerful. But in the back of the book of Enoch is an awesome book. I mean, awesome prayer to Saint Michael, to the Archangel Michael. Very beautiful and powerful. And they talked about the violet flame. And back 15 years ago, I was reading that book and was really not, it wasn't 15. It was probably 10 or 11.
Oh,
I was reading that book and it was very powerful. And I'm just going to tell y'all, whew,
2008. That was before that.
no, no,
That's 10
no,
years ago.
yeah, yeah. hmm So it's a lot of that. That book was really one of the
2003.
book of. If you don't have it, I can mail you mine, and you could read it. When you're done, you could send it back if you'd like. hmm But begin to research the spiritual host. So wherever there's an altar, I've said this before. You don't have to. The household has no wants or needs. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You show me an altar in the house. You show me somebody getting evicted. You show me somebody's bills not being paid. You show me somebody's being hungry. Show it to me. I've never seen it before. The ancestors and spiritual hosts will definitely make everything happen.
She said okay.
Very good. Yes. Because some of us are being awakened slowly but surely. Keep in mind, we're not in the Pisces age anymore. We're in an age of knowing. That's the Aquarian age. Look up the Aquarian age. These are the things that we're going to drop for you guys to, what is that?
Oh, this one.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. What's that? What are you getting going on? I'm sorry. Yeah, so well, I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, subconscious mind, I want you guys, we were talking about the ancestors, of course. But yeah, I was saying thank you, ancestors. And they were like, hold up, go back. So I want to show you guys what I got them today. I was in the grocery store and I was shopping. And so I'm like getting everybody something, and I could feel one of them, I don't know which one it was, but they wanted me to bring these babies home. And look how pretty they are. And I got another bouquet of flowers on my altar in there. So I don't let them get old. And if they do get old, I'll garnish my ritual plates with the flowers. It's all earth. And Mother Earth loves it. She loves this. She loves it. And then I got some alcohol for them. So I am getting prepared for this full moon. There will be no excuses. I just want to tell you guys, and I know some of you got to go, but I'm going to tell you something. There will be no excuses. When the shit hits the fan, excuse me for the French, there will be no excuses for the ones that's going to have to see their own judgment. And judgment is real, not in the way that we were taught as Christians. But I'm going to tell you, if you live this life like it doesn't mean anything and not connect with Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and if you don't connect with yourself, it's like sticking your feet in the ant bed.
Okay. They said the ancestors are on it over here. They are not wasting any time doing what I asked. Beautiful. I poured up some Jose
Fuego.
Fuego for my ancestors tonight.
Yep, and I got some Patron, and I'll probably set it all off. I'm like you, Faith. I'll set it all off on the full moon. I'm gonna have a shindig over here.
Ancestors party.
And I love it. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for my wellness center. I'm gonna have a ancestors party for the grand opening, because it was my gift to them that I would do that and help assist these people in finding their light. I got people all across the United States that contact me, even outside of the United States.
Oh yeah.
I'm just telling you, all over the world. But for those that are able to walk in that wellness center, I want to share with them this beautiful light.
She said her dad's birthday is Sunday.
Oh, wow. Oh, and we got class. We got to pour something. We got to do a libation for Dad. So after our class, we'll go ahead and do that libation. And Tamika, I know if you're still listening, I have not forgotten about you. I am going to call you. I promise you I am.
She said, "What's the name of those books again?" I can type it in. You type it
Yes, yes, uh-huh.
in. You follow me.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
The book we
tell her
got.
to do the fallen, no, it's the book of Enoch. Tell her to do the keys of Solomon. If you guys are really interested in how to use your personal powers and King Solomon,
The book of Enoch and the
you
King's
can take a
Solomon.
picture of that book when we get through. Just tell them you'll post a picture of it. Do pay attention to the PDF of the Keys of Solomon. That book is so powerful, and he named every adversary.
Okay, got a good question.
Uh-huh.
Tasha said, "Okay, question y'all. When my flowers are dying on my altar, and when my candle burns out on my altar, I don't throw." I don't throw my flowers away, but I do give them back to Mama Earth and tell her to use them to rebirth herself and to give back to someone else as she has given back to me. So, is it bad to give dead flowers back to Mama Earth like I give her orange peelings and apples?
No, that's beautiful. That's regeneration. Actually, that's a beautiful thing. The other thing is at the wellness center, whenever we have yoni steams, we do not flush or get rid of what we do with that. The remainder after someone has already steamed, we take those herbs and we bless her and we pour the herbs back into the earth, thanking her for the healing of the goddesses. Okay?
That's a real
That's,
recycling.
yes, that's some real recycling. That's love. That's respect. That's honor. And people don't think this. They think you're full of it. The universe is conscious, people. You can tell because when you say, "Oh, today is a things are just going crazy," things get worse, and your words are going through dimensions, different frequencies. You know, or today is a rough day, and that those words are traveling out into the atmosphere, up into the ethers, creating a rough day for you. That right there ought to make you just stop with this nonsense. I know a person, pretty much every word come out their mouth is something negative. That is very bad. And they think they're just talking. They don't realize they're creating a web of a spell. I want you to sit down because you cannot run through this house. Excuse me, you all.
She said you give life to dead situations.
Yeah. And there is no way, knowing that my subconscious is a silent eavesdropper. Oh no. You could have that one by yourself because guess what? Every negative or every traumatic experience that I have gone through in this life, guess what I'm doing? I'm going back and I'm deprogramming and I'm changing my cellular, what is it called? Memory. I'm changing my cellular memory every day.
That's what we're supposed to do, though. If we continue to work on it every day, it's just gonna get better. You're gonna really help your brain in your subconscious mind. You'll be able to pull that good stuff that you want. That's why you look at people like Will Smith and Jada Smith. You see how they on top because they constantly do this stuff every day.
And the other thing, like you were saying, you got to be mindful about what you say. Sometimes we could witness situations turning around, being bad, or situations as they seem to us. We could try to elaborate on that. It does you no good. Don't go to, I mean, it's kind of like she said, you're giving life to that situation. Okay, you've addressed that. Okay, now what do you gotta do? You need to go in meditation, destroy the energy that made it that way. That's what you got to deal with. That's why I tell people I don't sit and just keep going over problems. I'm not the one to be on the phone talking to people about a bunch of problems. I just don't do that. I'm all about solutions. It's either we're going to return that energy back, or we're going to take it and transmute it to do something great. And that's all about you being a magician. That's all about you having control of your universe. And that's why I reference the keys of Solomon. Because once these energies know, those lower grade entities know who you are, they're going to work with you or they're going to scatter. Okay? So that's kind of like if you were on your job. Not everybody is good. But either you're going to work with each other and get along, or you go your way and I go mine. Okay?
Straight like that.
I'm just going to keep it real. And since I've been meditating for years, and since here recently, I've been controlling my thoughts and speaking to my subconscious, giving it an assignment. It's so amazing because it's making everything that I speak, it's working overtime to make it happen.
Tasha said, is it me, or does it seem like people from your past are starting to show up now?
That's probably you, sis. But all things for a reason. All things for a reason. I'm trying to think if anybody in my past bounced back. No.
No, not yet. If
But
that's the
where
case.
I am right now, with everything, and I know because I have to, get my energy up to deal with people on a daily basis, and I'm good with that because I love who I am and what I do. And because I've now found purpose, life is such a bliss. But at the end of the day, it's like you're going to have to be on overkill to protect yourself. Some people say, "Oh, it's effortless." That's not so. Because I have to get up. I meditate in the morning and I meditate at night. I divide mine up. And I guess it's because of the work that I do. But during the day, to be sitting quiet to meditate, I meditate as well. But I'm very protective right now, and I'm kind of protecting my energy because I really need to hear and know what's going on in the world. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it because I got a lot of people that I'm connected to, and I want to make sure that I'm giving the right warnings to the right people. I mean, the ancestors are speaking in such a way that they will give you names. Let me just say that. I've had on occasions where I would be laying down sleep and I'd wake up the next morning and the ancestor said, "This is this call, tell this person that this person, ask them, do they know this person?" And then you tell them what I tell you to say. So it goes just like that. So the more we avail ourselves, make ourselves available, the ancestors are wanting to speak to us.
Because they know you're ready to listen.
Yep. And call upon your cellular memory. These people that you are connected to are not by chance. Okay? But the other thing, oh, yep, somebody from the past came, and guess what? I went right on past them when we were at Walmart.
No, but I was saying, I think she was saying, well, that could be it.
Yeah, some from the past. Yep, somebody from the past came, and we just walked right on past them because this person wasn't a good person. But for a whole year, the source has kept these people from us. That's because we took them lemons out the freezer. Because we had them in the freezer. So when we took the lemons out because we moved, then they resurfaced. We bump into them.
So you gotta keep them in there forever.
If you don't want to see them. I mean, but it doesn't matter to me about seeing them because I'm in a good space right now. I just did it then because I just didn't want no confusion.
Because, you know, when you clean your freezer and stuff like that.
What do you got? Does somebody's texting?
Yeah, I'm texting.
Patreon.
That's all you know.
Okay.
Okay, she said, I have a question about the greedy bags that you carry on you. Do you speak to that greedy bag every day or just that one time when you receive it? Every day.
I would talk to it for the whole 5 days. And after I put my intention in it for those 5 days, after that, I'd either put it in my purse or keep it on my body and just make it happen. When I first started in my, this journey, I had a gree bag, I had roots, I had crystals, I had oils, I was doing rituals. What else? Affirmations. Y'all, affirmations work. Your affirmations work. I was doing all that. Honey, I was on it. Now, I still have my roots on me. I still have my lucky dough, oils. I'm locked and loaded. I am. Stay that way. But see, I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people do. They'll get a ritual and then they'll drop the ball. They don't want to meditate. They don't want to do any affirmations. So guess what? You get these things, but then after a while, 4 or 5 months later, things start kind of fading off. And then you're like, oh, what do I need to do? Ain't nothing. Well, are you still doing your spiritual baths once a week? Or are you still meditating and doing your affirmation? Not one time. Why? Do you not want to learn? Do you not want to continually grow? I'm not that spiritual practitioner that just give you a ritual and then you go on your way. No, it's not about that. It's about me shining and helping you get to your light and be the best that you can be and be greater than I am. Yeah. Did, and who else? Did Marsha say something? Because I thought I saw Marsha.
Faith said, this was keeping people away from me and I love it. All of that works. You have to stay on top of things. You cannot slack. You can't slack. Head if you become slack.
You cannot be slack with it. You cannot. And I tell people all the time, some of them don't even want to take a spiritual bath. I'm like, listen, that's why you're talking about another spiritual practitioner, because you said that person didn't do anything. And when you ask them, did the person tell you to did the person give you a cleansing to do or a spiritual bath? And no, they didn't. Well, guess what? How is that work going to work out? How is that going to do? Because I can send up all kind of petitions to the ancestors and you got some dirty, nasty energy going on. So you got heavy energy if you got to reach out to somebody and tell them to help you. So you mean to tell me you don't want that removed? For what? So you could talk about my work not working? Come on now. You gotta do better. You gotta take responsibility. Life is not about you getting fast money. And then getting fast money again, and then getting fast money again, and then getting fast money again, and then no, you need to handle your business about your soul. Trying to realize who you are, what you came here for, recognize your power so that you can start manifesting and creating. But see, we all of a sudden these people now they're looking for a leader. They want somebody to lead them right into something crazy. But I tell people all the time, I want you to understand your personal powers. You are powerful.
Yes, you do.
You are creative. And every chance you get, when the moon is changing her phases, you need to jump right on in and get in there. Start studying about the moon so you can know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. So once you connect, okay,
You know what time it is.
guess what? You'll know what time it is, you'll know when to do this, when not to do it, and then you'll also understand that everybody that I meet is not a husband. It could be a just a potential relationship to start business, maybe. But every relationship, every man you meet, because different zodiac signs are not going to be good for you. You'll find that some of you, unless you've grown past that level of maturity, just can't get along. Certain signs, it's gonna be hard until you matured. And when I say mature, I mean you like mastered and began to ascend in love. Because this word love has been taken for granted. I'm really serious. People don't even understand the levels of love. I just look at people and I'm just like saying, whenever they say, I'm like, you don't even have a clue, because they think that love is to take possession of, and it's a good feeling. No, no. Love takes no hostages, nor does it take a will, a person's will. You'll love that person even if they told you today, I must leave and go another direction with my life. Then you'll look at them and say, you know what? You were never mine. And if you were called to soar, fly. I want to help you fly.
And that's just how it's supposed to be. People gotta stop
Yes.
holding grudges on folks.
Yes.
Just because y'all don't work out, or a relationship don't go like it's supposed to go, or how you thought it would have been, don't mean that that person is supposed to be tortured. You can be friends because y'all all have to grow. Everybody got to reach a point of growing, and if that relationship is done, they outgrew it, they got to move on. You can't hold people hostage.
And I want to say this also. Whenever, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but for whoever it is, it's well. When you meet a person, you cannot expect for these people to be perfect. Okay? These people are growing into themselves. Some have no idea of who they are. They've been taught by their environment all their life. When they meet somebody real like yourself, they're having a hell of a time trying to live up to the bar.
Yeah, please take your grip.
Okay? Do not put these people in the chokehold. Help them understand who they are. Help them find their light. And if by chance you guys become connected, your souls intertwine in the midst of you helping them find the light, so be it. But otherwise, let that be it. Because that's our reasonable sacrifice, is to help one another, is to pull our brethren up. Even with my husband, if he walked through the door and say, hey, this is the last day, I found someone else and I feel like we're, more compatible, and I love you and the kids, and I'll make sure I stay in touch, I'm not going to drop down on the floor and try to scratch his eyes out, or, get evil. I'm just going to say, okay, thank you. And so, when did you decide this? There'll be questions I'll ask, and I'll say, well, I understand. I love you too. We have children. We're going to definitely work and take care of the kids, but I want you to be happy. That's what true love is all about. And I didn't know that until 15 years ago, because I too tried to put somebody in the chokehold and run them down the altar. Would have been a whole nother mess.
Yeah, that was Tasha said, I was listening to Les Brown, and he was saying affirmation manifests your reality. Like when Muhammad Ali said all the time, I am the greatest, and he was the greatest in boxing. Those affirmations are the truth. And Marsha said, unconditional love. Infinite.
Yes, Marsha. Yes, infinite, unconditional. People better stop it. If people say, oh, I love you unconditionally. Okay, so I go out there and cheat. What's up?
No,
Now you
you want
ready
to
to
kill
tell
me?
me? Come on now. Check yourself.
Mhm.
Tasha. Yes. That's what I said. I don't know which one of my videos it was, but Muhammad Ali Daily. I am the greatest. But see, he didn't just say, I am the greatest. I am love. I am joy. He didn't say it like that.
See that
He
moment.
got involved. He said, I am the greatest. I mean, he went, he went in, honey. He was like, I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He did it, baby. And see, that's how I am. When I get on that damn treadmill, and I hope we ain't got no children in the house. If I am, pardon me. It's just a little French. Okay, I'm not cursing in anyone. I'm just using profanity. And see, that's another thing. They told us that that was cursing. Oh, don't you use curse words. Those are not curse words. To curse somebody is to damn them into destruction. Okay? So, anyways, back to what I was saying. When I get on that treadmill, I'm giving that treadmill hell. And I'm also telling myself how wonderful I am. And I'm looking right outside to the universe saying, I love and adore you. I am a universe inside of your universe. And I'm wonderfully made. I give to you my energy. I am you. You are me. Show me. Show me what you want me to do. Lead and guide people to me. This is how I talk. And then I turn around and say, thank you, Rubies, for being so generous to yourself. Thank you for loving you. It's a beautiful love story, y'all. I am great. I am wonderfully made. Exercising is a plus because we want to take care of our houses. But at the end of the day, you should really love everything about yourself. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that I don't want to wear a wig. I'm an artist too. I'm creative. So I may want to wear a wig and a hat on top of my wig. I want to be creative. I may want to wrap my hair. I may not want to wear a wig. Whatever way it is, I love me.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
It's nothing wrong with it. But pay attention. Pay attention to these people. They call Muhammad Ali crazy, but honey, he whooped on some tails. And he was the greatest. Yes. And he was the greatest. Up until, look, and still is the greatest. The greatest that ever lived. And look at the legacy he left behind. Generations of strong-minded individuals. That's another thing. When will we break the cycle over our generations? When will we break the cycles over our generations and stop just letting things go and flow in our bloodlines? That's why I'm changing my DNA, because my grandkids, my great grandkids, and my great great grandkids are going to be so powerful, because this world ain't ending like they told y'all.
They gotta keep going now.
That's a lie. This world gonna keep going. I don't know I don't even know where they got that from, because that was a big one. Yes. Mm-hmm. And so, yep, it's gonna be some destruction come. Masses may go, but it's gonna be a lot of us left. And the generations are gonna keep coming. And I know that mine is gonna be well off, wealthy in every area. Ain't gonna be no broken homes. Ain't gonna be no lack and poverty on no system, welfare, food stamps, Medicaid. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, because yes, a lot of us are partaking of it. But I'm gonna tell you something, that my generations to come will not have that. Because they're gonna be able to go back to books and see things that I did for the increase. They'll command from the earth the increase. They'll command in the earth the increase. Mother Nature will love them. And by the way, do go outside, and I'm going to say this and we get ready to wrap this up. Do go outside and give offerings to Mother Nature. Leave them there. Ask her to please take it. Say, I present this to you, Mama. You can just sprinkle herbs on the earth. Whatever you decide to do, just say, Mother, I give this to you. And have your petition there. You can read it out or you can leave it with the herbs. Either way, or the food or whatever you give her. Either way, it's your intention that's going to bring you whatever it is that you're asking for. Is there any other questions before I go off? Because we're going to kick up rituals. And yes, we work every night. Every night we have rituals. Rituals. That's another thing, guys. I want to tell you, send your love and light to these children. Okay, to these children. They're more connected to the ancestors than we and the spiritual host than we will ever be. But there is a great attack on our children. Please send love, light on the children. Do you know that these evil people are placing and putting different type of roots and spells on these children? It's sickening. We got a lot of cases with that. And then these mothers giving their daughters away in prostitution. Please send love and light to these children. Not everybody come from a good home. Some of these babies are born into the hands of evil people. And for the people that would think about putting cast a spell or a ritual, do a ritual against a child is retarded.
That don't make any sense. I don't know. So yes, they are.
It's a lot of things going on right now. Do send love, light, and peace. If you are a light worker, it's time for you to stand up.
She said, Yaffa, have you ever thought of doing a book on your work and meditation?
Yeah, I do. I have a book right now, Tasha, that's in the making, and I just stopped writing it. But you know what? You reminded me, and I'll probably go ahead. It's time to publish it. I can publish it. I'll probably publish it the first of the year because I have a little bit more to go. But it's really a book on my rituals, my spells. A book of rituals. It's like kitchen rituals, things that you can use in your kitchen. But I'd like to do maybe a devotion, meditation, maybe a book on subconscious thoughts, meditation, and just maybe a devotional, a 60-day devotional to change a person's life, just to turn it all the way around. Because again, if you do it for 60 days, it's going to become a habit. And I got to do it. Well, let me just share this with you guys before I go. So the Ascended Masters have really been speaking. So I was doing, I normally do my tarot readings myself. I pull cards for myself. And so they're letting me know it's the end of a phase and the beginning of another one. And so I had talked about the death card that day with you guys. Did I pull that one? I don't know. I don't think I pulled that, but I know my numbers. I think the 33, the 33. Oh, the Ascended Master. And the 33, the third. They're letting me know that I am reaching into another level of greatness. And to prepare myself and to say goodbye to some old things. And I was wondering what were they talking about. The next morning I woke up and I received a call, and that's another area of my life that I gotta just let old things go, and I don't have a problem with it. I've never had a problem with leaving anything alone because I wake up expecting things to change for me, because we are living in a universe that's evolving every day. So I don't hold on to things tightly. That's why I don't have too many of those buddies. You don't see me running around with a bunch of buddies because life change. I know people change. I'm okay with it. It's only when you think that people should remain the same that you be in for the rude awakening. So I love people, but I've learned in this walk that you just can't get too close. Not because you don't trust them, but because nothing is certain. I give all that I have still. I give them everything from my heart. But at the same token, people change. People will change. And it's okay. We got some people.
Yeah, this is. She was saying, how do you summons the ancestors and
Yes.
in a circle?
Yeah, and that's another thing, Faith. We're going to get into that Sunday.
And that's and then Joyce. Oh, you just read it. Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am. That death card is a beautiful card. It's so beautiful. But people think, oh, I'm getting ready to die. A lot of times it can mean that there's a spirit, a natural death. But for the most part, I'd say, it's the ancestors saying, even in that, in a natural death, they're saying, let go. Because sometimes we're holding on to stuff that's over with. It's dead, and you're still trying to hold on to it. That thing has no life, and you want to lug it and tug it with you. And all it's doing is making your load heavy. Let it go, release it. You can't take it there. And if you do, it's going to cause problems. It's going to slow you up. It's going to make you tired. It's going to frustrate you. So why not just leave the dead thing where it is? You've grown attached to it. Let it go. Just learn to say no more.
She said, Joy said,
Ashe. Yes. Let it go. Let it go. Life is so much beautiful when we don't fight. You know that so many people, that's how people drown. When you're in water, guess what? They start panicking and kicking and and guess what? You sink. But if you kind of relax and just kind of put your hands out and try to go with the flow of the water, more than likely you'll float. But when you kick against it, when you go against it, it overcomes you. It consumes you. Be like water. Still, get with the flow, ride the wave. It'll be okay.
Be formless.
Yes.
That nothing won't shake you up. So like Mom was talking about, but I think it was yesterday. You were saying like you don't ever get too happy or too sad to where like if something were to happen, it just take you down, like you can't get back up again. And then if you were to get too sad, then nothing can bring you back up to being happy. So you always want to keep a balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because have you ever noticed that when something happens, you get real excited? Oh, yeah. You call about 10 people, next thing you know, something didn't happen.
Then you just lost your mind.
Always try to keep a balance. Give thanks. Compose. Like the person that's going to win that money tonight.
Relax. Take a deep breath and then go back. I see you gotta get out and meditate first.
Yeah.
Get that money.
You get too happy about it. And I know they got a lot of money to play with. But you get too happy about it, things happen. So always bring balance in your life. Do bring balance. Understand that the universe is here to support you. And it says yes to everything you're feeling. So if you're depressed, if you're sad, if you're feeling down on your luck, the universe gives you more down on your luck, more sad, more depressed. But if you get a thought in your mind saying things are not going well, and you decide to say, oh, yes, it is. Sure, it's going well. I'm successful. I'm wonderful. I'm winning. I'm going to keep winning. I love myself and just keep going on. Putting all this in the atmosphere out the wild. The universe going to make something happen for you. Try it. You've already tried everything else. Try building yourself up. Try it.
Yep, because you don't tear yourself down.
Yeah, we done tore ourselves down. People have torn us down, and then we tear ourselves down because we believe what people think of us. Mm-hmm. And not to think about what we say about ourselves. I can't get this right. Oh, Lord. What are you talking about? I can't get the right for... Yeah. Oh, yes, you can. See, I don't even like to demonstrate that kind of stuff because your subconscious is listening.
Tricky. I don't like that.
Any question, guys? I love y'all so much. So, who came in? I don't forget.
Oh, I can tell you. Tashi and Joy.
Okay.
Faith said, being a light worker, we are never meant to be closely connected with too many people. I overstood to understand that since I accepted who I am.
Lord, yes. So you will be the type of person that will say, I mean, it's not that you don't like people, but you just cannot be connected like that. You got to understand until you really
Yeah.
understand who you are and you get it and you really get it. And even then, you really don't have time. You really don't have time to be like that. Because being a light worker is a heck of a job. When I say that, meaning you don't know you're really working, but people can really pull your energy. That's why you have to master, keeping yourself free from the drama and building yourself up through meditation. It takes effort. It's not that it's a bad thing, it just takes effort to stay up.
Yeah,
Because ain't nobody gonna build you up, you gotta build yourself up.
gotta be persistent. Gotta be
Yeah.
persistent. If it's something you want to do, be ready for it.
But I'm gonna tell you something about it. Best thing you could ever do in your life is to jump off into your calling, your gifts, or to who you were sent here to be. The best thing to ever do is to be authentically you. And I tell you, it's no feeling like that. It's like a bird flying free. Is there any other questions?
Not right now.
Tashi says she tickled.
Yeah.
Tashi, what are you tickled about? Guys, I tell you. Okay, so tomorrow, for those of you that are in the area, we will be at the center, the Wellness Center, from 10 to 5.
So that is the best thing.
It is. Yes, it is, Faith. We'll be at the Wellness Center from 10 o'clock in the morning until 5. And for those of you that want to stop by and get services, do mention the newspaper article to get money off.
Kathy said yes to come into your honor.
Honey, and guess what? A whole nother family. You get a whole nother family, a true soul family. But I'm going to tell y'all, not everybody that say they light workers, real light workers too.
Yeah, please.
Honey, it's some of them that just as fake as two left shoes. You'll know those. And when I see them, I smile upon them and I remove myself. Because one thing about this, there is no confusion. When you see that confusion, you know to go as far as you can, okay? Everybody ain't happy for your success, and everybody doesn't love you.
Natasha said, I love you, Yaffa and Courtney. Y'all have truly been a blessing in the new spiritual journey. Love and kisses.
Oh, we love you too. One thing Yaffa's gonna be. That's right, Marsha. It's a lot of fake people. One thing you're gonna get out of me is me being real. I am authentic. I love myself. I love people. Self-love is law. The Bible says, the good book, or I'll just say the words of the ancient. Let me not say the good book, the Bible. The words of the ancient says, love thy neighbor as thyself. You can't love your neighbor until you love yourself. It's impossible to love somebody else if you don't love you. Your Kundalini energy is rising. Another thing. Oh, guys, this is the last thing. Our next live, we're going to talk about the Kundalini energy. Okay? Because some of you are experiencing it and you think something's wrong with you medically. Yeah, I'm serious. It'll make you think that you got some medical situations going on. And when you go to the doctor, they can't tell you. Or you feel like, oh, somebody's doing something to me. But this energy is very powerful, and I want to help y'all understand it.
It's still, I ain't never did this long. This long. This is so
Yep, that's right, Marcia. So people that don't want to love their neighbor, and it's a lot of people that were in church or that says they're different denominations.
spirit condo.
So it's they'll say, I love you, and then they'll turn around, won't even speak to you in the congregation. Big mad, whole mad.
You got a
You
whole
don't,
attitude.
yeah,
But
you don't even have to be like that. Pump your brakes. Because now you already know what the book says. Love thy neighbor as thyself. But you swear you love Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha. How can you love them? You ain't even seen them before, and you can't even love the person that you're looking at right across the pew or
ugly.
or the room. So that's why I was saying with that love thing, I don't be want to hear people talk about it because you'll get a short face and I will cut you off and be like, listen, don't come to me with that because I'm gonna tell you what real love is really about. So that husband that you don't want to go out there and cheat on you, that you say is your husband, that's your man because you got papers on him, you in for a rude awakening.
You might as well get ready.
Thank you. You cannot give what you don't have. Hello, somebody. So you can't control nobody. That's the other part of it. You cannot control anybody. Nobody can control anybody, and we need to stop doing that because that is a big turnoff. And learn to let me tell you something. If you love yourself wholeheartedly, your spouse gonna love you. He's gonna be attracted like a magnet to you. Not to mention you when you understand tantric sex and sex magic. He's not gonna want to go out there and cheat.
Big time. Right. That's
And that's another thing. We can either do tantric sex next or we could do the kundalini.
Let's do cooling and then.
So y'all, we're gonna do a poll and y'all put in on Patreon which one y'all want to do. Tantric sex, kundalini. I know I started with some of y'all, Tasha, your mom, Priscilla, and a couple of y'all. We had already started it, but we didn't get finished. Oh, kundalini. Okay, it's KUNDALINI.
I.
So we could either talk about the kundalini energy or, and a lot of people, they are afraid of it. But let me tell you something, when you start ascending, you're going to feel it. When your chakras open and you start ascending into enlightenment, you're going to feel it. So we could do tantric sex, which is sex magic, or we could talk about the kundalini energy. So which one y'all want to do first? Please put it in the Patreon. I'll honor that. Let me know in advance so I can pull out some paperwork, do some studying, do some meditation so that the ancestors can give me some ancient knowledge.
I'm finna make the poll.
She's gonna make the poll. Guys, I love y'all. Y'all so good. Oh, let me tell you something. Tashi and what's the other? Joya. So you guys got the money tonight. Now, if you've won before, I don't want you to come. Even though you come in the room first, I want to give everybody a chance to win. Okay. So after tonight, we'll go ahead and let somebody else next time if you come in the room. Yes, ma'am. For years, a lot of us been feeling it, but we didn't know what it was. We thought we were sick. Because it make you feel like something's going on. So guys, I want to give everybody a chance to win money or to get a service from me because I love you all. And if I could possibly I want to I played the lottery too. So if I win tonight, I'm gonna give everybody a cool meal on my feed. I mean, in here, okay. She said she thought she had restless leg syndrome. I know that's.
Oh,
yeah.
it compressed your legs?
Yeah.
Ooh, I've been having that.
It go from your bottom all the way up.
So what am I?
Oh, if you see little spots in your eyes, that's Kundalini. When you close your eyes or when you have them open, little black dots floating around, that's Kundalini as well.
I've been seeing little sparks.
Heat, heat, a lot of time mistaken for menopause. Shaking, or when you're in meditation and your arms and stuff just move.
All right, guys.
Yes.
The poll is up, so y'all can start acting now.
Okay, she got the poll up. You guys get in there and tell us what you want to do, what you want to talk about first, and we'll go for it, okay? Now, the full moon ritual, we'll post more information Sunday about the full moon ritual. All right?
Faye said, "What about when you?"
Uh-huh. Feel like you're spent? Yes, that's another one. Uh-huh. It's something serious. And you'll hear a lot of people talk and say that, you may not want to open it or you may not want it to come up. But listen, do not be fearful. This is anatomy and physiology. Let the Kundalini rise, honey. It's not going to be comfortable, and nothing when you're growing is comfortable. Embrace it.
But keep on going.
Yep.
So
Any other
I
questions?
to see what stuff I done got.
Questions?
Ringing other ears.
Any other question, guys? Tara.
I got it. I love the both of you.
We love you too, darling.
Love.
Yes, we love you guys. We love you, Tara. We love you much. Got to get back sending you guys some things to start your morning and your morning motivations, and we'll go live once a week. If I have to update you guys on something, I'm gonna go in meditation. If the ancestor says something, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do an emergency. What do you call it? Live. Some of you may not be in the room. I'll just say whatever I have to say, and then go post it on Facebook, telling you it's recorded. Go in the room, okay? Or I will do a shout out beforehand and get you in here. But I know the ancestors are speaking. It's just a matter of us sitting down listening. So it's some things on the horizon. Let's prepare ourselves, our bodies, our mind. And you can't ascend without and leave your body. You can, when I say that, meaning you can't ascend spiritually and not physically. So do start your workouts, start caring for yourself, start speaking over your body. And straighten your back up. This posture, sitting down, head down, pull your shoulders back. And hold your head up, chin up, and begin to speak as though you are somebody, and you are.
That's what Wilson said. His dad taught him. He said before he started to become an actor, he walked in the companies like he was somebody. He said that he walked in there as he was deserving of what they had to offer him, and that he can take over.
Do you know people see insecurity all over you when they meet you? First impression is the lasting one. When you walk somewhere, in your mind, picture that you already have what you're going in there for. Use that level of confidence, and then when they see you, they'll be compelled to, "Sir, ma'am, can I help you?" Eagerly. Did a lot of talking. Eagerly. They'll want to help. So straighten your posture up, speak as though you are because you do. You're priestly people and you have power. Use it. Yeah. Control your universe.
You better, or somebody else will.
Oh my. So guess what? I'm not God to your universe. I am only God to mine. Because I have the essence of the Creator flowing through me. People get mad when you say you're God. They get big mad. Why? Because if this energy, and it's not a gender, but if this energy says, I created you in my image, why would you be a servant? Or why would you be a slave? You are God of your universe. Nobody else's, yours. So stop waiting on somebody to make something happen. Get out there and make it happen for yourself. Save yourself. Deliver yourself.
No lie, because they don't want their responsibility.
Yeah, they teach you to be lazy.
Lazy, and they are.
No more laziness. You were created. The Creator created you. So that's all you need now. Make it happen. Okay. Love you guys. Peace, joy, happiness. And today is the greatest day of your life. You woke up on purpose. Rest your soul, your body tonight. Prepare for the journey that your spirit guide is going to take you on. And do call upon your cellular memory to help you right now. Tomorrow is an illusion. You'll notice when you're in tomorrow, you're in the now. All we have is right now. Tomorrow is not promised. That's why it's an illusion. Okay? So close your eyes just for a few minutes before you drift off to sleep and just ask the spirit guides, and just ask the spiritual host to speak to you. Even if it's through your own voice, you're willing to accept it. Stop feeling like you're not worthy to speak in a higher place. You are, because you are your higher self, your lower self, and your ego lies in between. Your balance. So you are privy to speak to yourself. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for sponsoring or subscribing, is what I want to say. And you mean a lot to me, and I want to give back. So guess what? If you pay $3.99 a month, so with me being able to give you guys money, I pay your whole subscription up for a year.
Yep. Cheers to that.
Okay?
Cheers to that.
Loving you. Sometimes I'll just pick 2 or 3 names out of the list and give somebody something. So, love you guys. Stay great. All right.